Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the boxing community. Um, I want to give my 2 cents on the Devin Haney situation. Yesterday, Devin Haney went on his social media and issued a statement, basically, issuing an apology for the comments that he made on 78's live stream last week. Um, and there were a lot of people that didn't appreciate that apology because he didn't do anything wrong. And my 2 cents of the situation is he didn't do anything wrong. He basically said what he felt, and he felt comfortable in that kind of setting. Now, what I kind of interpret is kind of like this. Um, I'm disappointed that Devin Haney made the apology because he didn't do anything wrong. And I'm tired of this notion of, black people always got to apologize for everything when we know we didn't do anything wrong. And it's the kind of feeling and the kind of sentiment that needs to stop, because every single time that we apologize for everything, we are exposed to our weaknesses, that we're way too vulnerable to a fault. And when I said the super chat, it was not intended to be a way to try to get him to say what he wanted to say. All I said was that I hope that he can defeat Lomachenko and end the hype of the white Jesus, so that way I can rub it into Black Fight Fan TV. That was all there. That's all it was. But Devin Haney made the decision to basically say what he said. All right, and I've had different kind of people that I don't even know of basically wanting me to apologize for the super that I sent, and I'm not doing that because I did nothing wrong. Okay, why apologize for something that I never did anything wrong in the first place? So I did not like the way that Devin Haney approached that. At the same time, though, I'm kind of not surprised because Devin Haney, to me, from an outside perspective, kind of is the kind of the person that doesn't want the kind of that kind of hate and vitriol like a lot of other black fighters deal with on an everyday basis. I think he is a kind of person that wants to be liked by a lot of different people. You know what I mean? And I will say this though too. I know it's not a popular opinion, but I will give Devin some slack on this. I think that over time he will mature and really start to understand the kind of hate that black fighters go through on an everyday basis. You know what I mean? Now, if he turns into like another Floyd Mayweather head case, then you know what? All bets are off. Then he gets what he gets. But he's a young fighter at this point right now, and I don't want to jump into judgment. Basically calling him a coon, sellout, or anything like that because he hasn't done anything to warrant that. And we have to be very careful of how we try to approach that because sometimes we jump the gun when we call people that kind of name without giving it its proper context. But the great examples are Floyd Mayweather, and Stephen A. Smith, you know what I mean? What is it? Jason Whitlock, Charles Barkley. Those are great examples of coons. I can't put Devin Haney in that kind of category because he hasn't done anything outlandish out of the norm to warrant that. And so that's just my interpretation from my perspective. But again, he should have known what he was getting himself into when he said that. You know what I mean? It's not the fact of the matter is though, bro, like you got to understand what black fighters go through on an everyday basis. And we always gonna have your back if you basically stand on what you mean. That's why we love Deontay Wilder so much because he stands on what he says all the time. Because he's a strong black man who took a chance on himself and he became great. You know what I mean? And he's part of the American dream that a lot of black people aspire to be. You know what I mean? That's the kind of person in the black community that you want to look up to. Not like people like Floyd Mayweather that take advantage of people and basically not give back to the community when it's time. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of black people, don't appreciate Mayweather as much. They appreciate him what he was able to do in the ring, but in the fact that he didn't, give back to the community and basically took unpopular stances along the way. That's why people have a different perception of Floyd Mayweather that's not really that good. So that's just how I feel about it. That's just my 2 cents on the entire situation. But let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? I'm partially gonna ride with Haney a little bit, but I'm gonna be on guard from this point forward because you just don't do that. Because you don't just take back on what you said. What you said is what you said, and now you got haters basically laughing at you because you didn't meant what you said. You know what I mean? You got to stick on to what you said, and of course you're gonna be knocked down a little bit, But that's what manhood is. You get up when you get knocked down and you keep on pushing. That's the only thing you can try to do to progressively improve and become better as a man and as a fighter. So let me know what you guys think. All right, y'all. Peace.